first.
Thanks very much. And apologies for missing my slot earlier on, Lasky Herlock. Yeah, Minister, no, I'll just be very brief. And first of all, I'd like to just congratulate my colleague, Senator Siri Carney, on bringing up this very important topic. And it's good to actually get this discussion going, because I think so many times over the last 12 months, young people have been borne the brunt of society's anger at certain things. Young people certainly have been forgotten about at certain things. One of the things that's personally annoyed me is that when I see, we have basically, young people have had to sacrifice so much. They've been essentially locked up, cooped up for the last 12 months. And what annoys me is when you see it on social media, the valley of the squinting windows type stuff, when you see a couple of young people out having fun outside, outdoors, and then you have someone come along with a mobile phone filming them and then putting it up online to say, oh God, this is why we're going to be in level 5 forever, the horror of it all. It's young people out enjoying a level of socialisation outside in the outdoors. It's not a problem whatsoever. And I found it distasteful, the kind of shock horror that we see from people online about it. And in reality, the only reason they're putting it up online is they're looking for a few retweets or a few likes after it. They're not doing it out of the kindness of their heart either. So that was one thing in the last year when it comes to young people that annoyed me a little bit. When we talk about, a couple of weeks ago, I had a really good call with young people in my county of Louth, where we had over 100 people on a call about apprenticeships. And it was, I think that just shows you why apprenticeships are so important for people who are 17, 18, 19, because there are so many different ways of learning. And you have a different way of learning than I have a different way of learning than somebody else. And why apprenticeships are so important is because it's coming along to people and it's saying, you can get as equally good a career and equally as good as a job and equally as good as an outcome by going and doing an apprenticeship that you want to do and are interested in, rather than maybe going to college and learning a different way compared to the way someone else would. So I think that to see that emphasis now being put back on apprenticeships and how important apprenticeships are, I think that is really important. People talk about the resilience that young people have shown, and we look at the Leaving Cert. I did my Leaving Cert in 2009, and the biggest problem with the Leaving Cert was in 2009, a school in Drogheda handed out English Paper 2 when it was English Paper 1 ahead of the rest of the country, and the whole thing then had to be cancelled. And I got like a C2, or I did really bad in my English because I basically studied exactly what I thought the past exam paper was going to throw up, and then that snookered me then for the follow-up paper when it was a completely different one. But that's what was the big disaster for people of my generation, right? And if we thought that was a big deal, yeah, look at it now. It was nothing whatsoever. Like, so the resilience that young people have shown has been incredible. And the final thing that I'd say about it is when we look at university students and how important it is to get university students back and learning on campus. My sister Ruth is 20 years of age. She's doing a 3-year course in UCD. She spent 50% of her college lifetime in her bedroom upstairs doing Zoom online. She's now moving to Dublin next week, and she's so excited about it, to be able to get back to college come September, get back learning on campus. And it's so important for people of that generation to have that college experience that will be the best years of their lives, where they learn so much about themselves and are able to get a really good education and have a good time at the same time. And I really am glad to see that they're getting that opportunity to get back onto campus. But look, the moral of this whole story, which everyone has kind of alluded to already, is just the sheer resilience that young people have seen. Is to be absolutely commended. And they are, I think, the hidden heroes of this whole pandemic over the last 12 to 18 months. They are the people who have had to probably make the ultimate sacrifices. It's grand for me and a lot of other people here, like, you're not going out at the weekend anymore. You don't have a social life anymore. These are kids who are at the prime of their lives, the absolute prime, and they've had a year of it taken away from them. And another final brief thing I'd like to make in relation to young people and sport. One of the things that really is overlooked, I think, at the ages of 17, 18, 19, that's where you go in sport from being a good player to a really, really good player. And to miss out on that, I know it seems like, but for 12 months, like those 12 months where you're physically developing, you're honing your skills, you're getting better at your sport, that is the real difference where people can make it or break it. And we have seen so many opportunities denied to young people like that in their sporting careers, that could have had, who will hopefully, hope to God, still have really good sporting careers. But I can't underestimate how important that is in the career of a sports person, those formative years at 17, 18, 19. And I really think that has to be acknowledged, that they have missed out on so much. They need a break. Society needs to give them a bit of a break. And I hope to God, once we really get through the vaccination process, and it's ramped up even more during the summer, that young people are going to have one hell of a party, because they bloody well deserve it.